To be fair, he's done well to remember who he gave him to. If it was 4 years ago, I don't think I would have done.
Well, here he is. He's got the darts. Ranked number 13 in this championship, and that's a very nice, solid start. Watched on by his partner Beverly, and daughter Bethan's up here as well, and a number of his close friends. Got his PDC card in January, of course, 41. And they've been given dispensation to play in this championship, which I think is something very much to be welcomed. I'm really pleased that the PDC have taken that decision, Scott.
Very much so. I think it's a sensible decision. And, you know, we've been in strange circumstances in the last 2 years, and that's the world in general, and darts has seen similar ilk. So lovely to do that, and obviously Nick will be happy that he's there started with a 140 with these darts this lad's had.
Absolutely, back-to-back 140s. He'll be very happy with that. Trying to set it up for a finish.
81.
And he manages to do that. So 9 darts and he's on 140. Rory Hansen just trying to settle into the match.
100.
The advantage of throwing second, you do get a little chance to do that, but you really don't want to get pummeled in the first leg at the start. So Nick has come out of the traps here like a racehorse for sure.
100.
How's life anyway, Scott? Farm doing okay? Yeah, busy time. You know, we got little baby cows popping out all over the place. We had one yesterday or day before yesterday. We called him Dave.
Dave.
140. Nick, you require 40.
Dave the young bull. 40 needed.
Game shot on the
well,
first
that's a really nice start.
Nick Fullwell.
Good, solid opening leg, and he'll feel good for getting that under his belt, won't he?
Obviously, when you go out, it's a nervous situation, and the first thing you want to do is hit that first treble 20 to settle yourself down, and then when you get a chance at a double, you want to hit that immediately, and that's exactly what he's done. So Nick will be now nice and settled.
Need to just remind you watching at home or wherever you are, of course, these sets
40.
are best of 5 legs, so first to 3 to take a set, and then the match itself is also best of 5. So first to 3 sets gets a place in the last 16.
45.
Yeah, so it's not as crucial as those first round games where it really was a sprint, wasn't it, for some of those guys? And if you didn't settle early, it was very difficult to do anything in the second set, and we saw 100. That on a few occasions. I think we'll see a different Rory this time. I think that, you know, he feels that he's in the tournament now, and hopefully he'll settle.
Winner of this one
100.
in the last 16 will face either the Northern Ireland captain Neil Duff or Justin Thompson, Tomo, the man from Australia. Nice looking match that'll be for whoever comes through this one. Fullwell started well.
Yeah, he has. He's come out full of confidence. I spoke to him earlier and he said he felt ready and felt that although a few things have gone wrong, he feels as well prepared as he can be. And of course, he does have a tour card this year, and he's actually beaten me on the Pro Tour this year. So, yeah, nice to be able to talk about the guy that's been beating you.
Did Birmingham City do at the weekend? I didn't catch that one. I don't doubt that. I think they played West Brom, didn't they? What, Birmingham City at the weekend?
122.
So that'll be a big interest up there in the West Midlands. I think he must be kind of professionally perverse. He said all his mates as a kid were Warwickshire fans, so he went off and supported Worcestershire 60. In the cricketing world.
Rory, you require 52.
Oh, he's one of those, is he? He doesn't toe the line.
I think we can safely say that. Tops then for a first leg for Hansen. Double 10.
42.
Both times just inside the wire.
Nick, you require 118.
Oh, good dart. Tops.
Game shot on the
That
second
is
leg.
a very, very tasty checkout.
Lovely and tidy as well. Nice clean finish.
Third leg, it's Nick to throw first.
And again, there we go.
Game
He's settling his nerves again quicker. You know, Rory didn't do a great deal wrong there, but gave a flash of an opening, and Nick went in and Fullwell.
55.
Early averages over 96 for Nick Fullwell. That's very tasty. That's almost pinched myself when I heard you talking about the, you know, reminiscing and darts when you're
140.
remembering the great days of 2015. You know, was it really 7 years ago? It's where does time go? That was when you won the title.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like 7 years ago.
140.
You know, I feel very fortunate to have been a champion, and I think as much of being the champion from here, the year that I had with it was just the most amazing year. To be able to take the trophy round, I felt truly honoured.
Yeah, I felt sorry for Wayne Warren because of that. He won the title, and then because of COVID, he didn't really get any opportunity to enjoy it. I was chatting to him about it last night. And he's thoroughly looking forward to being back up on that stage again later on this evening. He's got his first match and looking very, very well as always.
He's always got a smile on his face, that boy. He's, you know, it's very
99.
easy. It would have been very easy for him to get upset with the game over what happened to him. It must have been a very difficult situation to accept, and you know, only he will ever know how that felt.
No,
145.
So great visit again. Beautiful setup. And he's poised here to take this opening set.
41.
Now, would he
Nick
go straight at it or would he split
38.
it here, Scott? What do you reckon?
I think he'd go straight at it. That's the way I know Nick. He would go straight at it. He's missed
30.
it, but he's got
Rory
sat on a 1-2-1 now.
121.
Now, can Rory now? That's why he went for it, because he's sat on 1-2-1.
Treble 17 gives him the option of the ball. Not able to do it. So,
57.
Nick comes back with double 4.
Nick, you require 8.
1-2-1, of course, one of those very much favoured big checkouts. Double 2.
6.
Oh, he saw the set door there, didn't
Rory,
he?
you
He saw
require
him going out the
64.
stable door and shutting the door on set 1, and Rory now is going to get one dart, surely.
Here
Yes.
it is.
32.
Grazed the wire.
If he'd have had fatter points, that'd have been in.
Nick, you require 2.
Double 1 then.
Game shot on the
There
first
it is.
set.
There's
Nick
the
Fullwell.
opening set.
Second
Missing the
set,
start
first
of the
leg. It's
programme.
Rory to
I'm
throw
commentating
first.
on this
Game on.
match alongside former champion Scott Mitchell. And here's Rory Hansen. Needs to make a good start to this set.
95.
He'll be happy with that. He'll be happy with that. It's always difficult as well to have the first set, and it can be done and over in a few minutes, and then you go off for a break. And you're trying to
85.
work out what you've done wrong. Have you done anything wrong? Did Fullwell do something right? And I just hope that Rory's got somebody out the back going, you know what, you didn't do a lot wrong there. Fullwell was magnificent.
Well, his nickname is
60.
Relentless Rory. See how relentless he is in the pursuit of Nick Fullwell now.
He's going to have to be. There's no two ways about it.
140.
Nick Fullwell does not have that tour card because he can't play. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Had 3 wins on the Challenge Tour as well, didn't he?
49.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. I managed to muster one, but it's just so hard. It's so hard.
There is an extraordinary depth of talent
60.
in darts in this country right now.
And what I actually love is that darts as a sport has a blanket covering from no matter what your ability, gender, age, you can play. And I love that I think there's a lot of sports should be jealous of
45.
darts at the moment. Now, obviously, the WDF now coming back to where we need it to be. It's a bonus. It's not hindering the game in any way, shape, or form.
60.
It's a massive thing for the game, and another stepping stone for some of these guys, you know, to move and progress on.
I think many people felt that it was a crazy decision to take the championship away
60.
from the Lakeside as they did.
Nick, you require
And
156.
having been away and then plus COVID on the back of it, you know, I mean, there's a bit of momentum which needs to be found to actually
44.
get the public realisation that the Lakeside is once again staging a significant darts tournament.
Totally agreed, and there's been so much hard work behind the scenes to get to this point.
100.
So we're not, you know,
Nick,
the
you require
WDF aren't going to go
112.
backwards from here. This is kind of a big starting point. This is a big statement to say that we're here, we're still there for you players, and we'll be offering opportunities like this one to
on the
Nick
first
Fullwell.
leg.
Lovely,
Fullwell.
lovely 112 checkout for Nick. Moving
Second
along
leg, it's
nicely.
Nick to throw first. Game on.
Partner Bethan watching on. And Nick Fullwell is moving ahead in the second set as well.
60.
That average actually fell a bit in the latter stages of the first set when he got a little bit of double trouble. For much of the first set, he was averaging mid-90s.
He hasn't had to do any more.
100.
Sometimes as a player, you gauge at what your other opponent is doing, and that can be dangerous. And of course, that was a big shot, another big 112 shot, just to take
180.
the throw away from Hansen. So, and now 180 comes in, and Hansen's in big trouble.
He certainly is. He's already a break to the good, Nick Fullwell, and looking as though
43.
he is on the right course to hold his throw here. And he's continuing to pepper the reds, the red bit, the treble.
66.
It's funny as a player when things are going right and you're winning a game. All of a sudden, you're throwing the darts hard enough, and they go where you want. When you start to doubt yourself, you start throwing the darts slightly differently, not quite as hard as you
100.
usually would, and then they drop under, and then you're asking yourself why I'm doing nothing wrong. It's the stage is the most amazing place to be a winner here, but it's like the big hole in the ground. If you're not winning here, it just sucks you up.
Yeah, I bet there are times when it goes wrong and you almost can't wait to get off.
137.
Most definitely, there are times that you win and you can't wait to get off as well.
58 then when
100.
Fullwell returns.
Nick require 58.
For 2-0, Hansen a long way back, tops then. And
Game
he's
shot on the
secure
second
once
leg.
again on that
Nick Fullwell.
double 20.
Third leg, it's
moving
Rory to throw
nicely.
first. Game on.
If he had a gun, you'd say his sights are zeroed right in, I think, on that double top Fullwell today.
Yeah, he looks rather handy, doesn't he,
80.
on his checkouts, particularly when he winds up on double 20. Rory Hansen needs to find
85.
something special here to turn this one around.
You have to break the game down into legs now. He's got to try and concentrate. And I know it sounds a cliche, but it's true. You now got to forget what's gone before, and you've got to go and try and win
60.
a leg at a time. A lot of players do that from the start, but at this point in the game, it's now go and try and better his score first, and then try and get the leg. It's hard to explain
60.
if you haven't been up there and had it happen to you. And it's lovely to be a world champion up there, but there's a lot of times that it hasn't gone right, and I do know that feeling where Hansen is right now.
I think more people get it than you imagine, Scott. I mean, if you have a grand design in anything, in a grand design in life, if you sort of set your heart on getting to one particular place, then prepare for a fall. You have to take each little step as you go along, and darts is a tremendous example of that.
Yeah, it is. I remember my second visit here. I travelled all year and spent an awful lot of money, and Mr. Lovely Wolfie Adams did me, I think, in 2011
60.
in 21 minutes. I was beaten 3-0, and I was on my way out the door, and I was the first one because it was the first game on. So, it can break your heart. You dream to be here. It can break your heart.
Well, he's a long way from home,
45.
is Rory. And he needs to really get a hold of this. And this is an opportunity. He has got a chance, maybe, of taking this leg.
60.
There he is. There's Wolfie.
Yeah, there's that villain, look. My nemesis. But I did get him back in 2015, so I can still smile at him, and we're all still good friends.
In good form this week.
59.
Beaten on the opening afternoon, but it's been great having Wolfie around. Nice to hear him on the Eurosport output yesterday, and he's going to be joining us once again in the commentary box at the weekend.
He's an amazing character.
100.
I've got nothing but admiration for him. I had it before I came here, and he's a great winner, and he's also a very humble loser, and he's just a great guy. So great for darts, and Darts was lucky to have him.
140.
Brilliant.
Rory, you require 105.
Fullwell on a finish. Rory might have to take this. Treble 15 would leave him tops. He's got it. Tops then. Oh, that was
85.
an important dart. That was a biggie.
Probably the
Nick,
one I was
you
talking about
require
earlier there. A
48.
little bit nervous for it, a little bit softer than he would have done, but it's now Fullwell with 948. He's finally missed tops. Oh, and he missed
28.
tens as well.
Well, I have to say, I didn't
Rory,
think that
require
Hansen was going
20.
to get another opportunity, but you never know, and here we go.
Game shot on
And
the
he
third leg.
seizes it.
Rory Hansen.
That'll make him feel better. A leg on the
leg, it's
board
Nick
and
to
a
throw first.
sort of an
Game
ironic
on.
applause of himself as he finally gets on the scoreboard.
Yeah, going back to that leg there, I'm not sure Fullwell actually went for the 8. I've got a funny feeling he went for the 16 there.
121.
It was so close to the wire. Whether going up for tops is not what he was after, I'm not sure, but it would have been daft not to, after having hit it so well as he had.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My
37.
first inclination was that when he threw that was, oh, he's missed it. But I don't know. It's difficult to second guess the mind of a dart player sometimes.
Don't even try,
81.
mate. Don't even try, because sometimes it makes no logic whatsoever.
Hansen desperately needs a break of throw. If he could somehow conjure one in this leg, he'd have the
45.
darts in the decider. It's a big if, though, isn't it? When you're 101, what are you, 120 on Fullwell plus these.
Nick's scoring has gone off a little
55.
bit, and there's a few more facial emotions you'll see, and he's given a little bit away that he's not happy there. But it's going to take two double treble visits for Hansen to catch him up.
100.
Well, it narrows the gap slightly. Fullwell, though, still has this to lose, doesn't he, with the darts 2-1 up. And
45.
there again, he just allows a loose second dart and can't find the treble.
And again, a 140 here, a 100. He's still in this leg. He won't have turned the darts round, but he's still in the leg, knowing that Fullwell is
100.
not throwing particularly accurately.
Important last treble there to underline what Scott's saying. And the gap now down to 20 plus these. But that's a good opening dart. Oh,
61.
Oh dear, oh dear. He's no poker player, is he? You know exactly how he feels.
So again, a 99 score here would be great, and you would say that Hansen would give himself a good chance, but
60.
kind of wouldn't have gone that way. I don't
Nick,
think.
you require
No.
138.
Certainly wouldn't set about leaving it on 169. And he shakes his head with a little bit of anger, as much as to say, what on earth have they done that for?
98.
And then Nick realises the mistake, and then bop, he drops in a nice treble 20 while you're still cursing yourself behind him.
If you're wondering what on earth we're going on about, it's because 159
26.
is a bogey number, and
Nick,
you
you
can't
require
go from
40.
there.
And that's just affected his throw, so it's tops for Nick.
Game shot
And
on the
he's won it.
second set.
Well, that's
Nick
the second
Fullwell.
set, and it just goes to show how important, how very, very important counting
Third
is.
set,
And you
first leg.
might have
It's Nick
seen
to
that
throw
little
first.
sign that
Game
somebody
on.
was holding up there, and it's worth just remembering 4 years ago to the day that dear old Eric Bristow left us. Still seems very much when
70.
you talk to people around the darting world, particularly places like here and the Circus Tavern, and when you get up to Blackpool, it almost feels as though he's still here, and we remember him
45.
very, very dearly, and to all his family and friends who are watching. You know, I mean, it'll still be raw, I guess, for you, but he is still remembered so fondly by the darting world.
Absolutely. He was darts' first megastar,
60.
wasn't he, at the ripe old age of 21 or something. And we do forget how young he was when the game came to him, but we don't forget the impact that he had upon it and the way that he
28.
made the game special.
He did. He did. He was he was kind of my first darting idol, if you like. I mean, I was more or less the same age as Eric, but he was somebody who was a young
100.
lad watching it on telly, you know, as pretty much his sort of age. He was somebody who you really admired. I would love, if I'm a promoter in the next life, I'd like to have Eric Bristow in his pod
133.
play Gezi Price. And see those two winding each other up.
You wouldn't have to have November the 5th for fireworks there, John, that's for sure.
43.
It would be a goodie. Well, Nick Fullwell only needs one more set now, and he's through to the next round.
95.
Big mountain for Rory Hansen to try and climb.
Yeah, indeed, he's got to break Nick's throw in this set at some
58.
point to be able to win the set.
We saw the old punk come back last night against Brian Raman. The number 1 seed, was 2 sets
60.
up, and somehow
Nick, you
he came
require
clawing his way back to
170.
2-all, and we had a real match which ultimately went to the deciding leg.
Absolutely. I mean, Johnny around the Swindon area and those of us in that neck of the woods have known him for an
57.
awful long time. And
Rory, you require 140.
I've always referred to him as the junkyard dog. You want him on your gate because you don't let nobody by. And last night he showed that.
60.
So 113
Nick, you
for a holder
require
throw now.
113.
Starting upstairs. Treble 19 would leave double 18. Here we go.
77.
Thought it was going to go. Those are the combinations he's been
require
hitting all
80.
match and where he's been grabbing his confidence from. So, bad start from Hansen there. He's got to go downstairs now, surely. 79. Where's he off to it? Okay. Not a common route to go.
32.
You're better to go for the 19 so you can go for a 20 and leave a double. And
Nick, you require
unfortunately he hasn't.
36.
So it's Fullwell on 36.
He wanted treble 13 to set
Game
up the
shot on the
tops, didn't he?
first
But
leg.
he didn't really
Nick
get very near
Fullwell.
to it. And Nick Fullwell, with that,
Second leg,
is
it's
now
Rory to throw
ahead
first.
in
Game
third
on.
set, and it's all going very comfortably for the man from Stourbridge.
So Hansen now will be looking just to hold his own throw.
100.
Again, he's got to go back to winning legs, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult when you see your opponent looking so comfortable,
80.
and he's not trying. He doesn't look to be trying too hard, and you're trying like a young steer, and it's not going how you want. It can be a very lonely and difficult place. I mean, those two darts. I mean, there's nothing in it,
59.
nothing in it, and he's no reward.
Just a game of such tiny margins, tiny fractions.
81.
The distance and the difference between great darts and ordinary darts is so very small.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
60.
But it's the most amazing game. It can take you from being a pub player to a world champion, which is what I think Ollie Croft's vision was back in the day when it all started.
59.
Well, Fullwell's not putting his foot to the floor, is he? Hansen's got a bit of an opportunity here to take this leg.
60.
Again, can't find the treble. Pain.
Caused by that first dart being just under the treble 20. He then tried to stay there and of course, you know, it was a blocker, and Nick's got the same here.
60.
And it's happened again. It's when you get that one below that treble 20 for some guys, unless you're 6 foot odd like me, it doesn't affect me too much.
Yeah, you get a slightly
100.
different perspective on the board than I would, or than Rory would. What are you, about 6'4"?
Yeah, I'm 6'4", yeah. So yeah, I can chuck over that dart as long as it's led
85.
flat enough.
Rory require 122.
Oh, my old buddy Richard Beanstra in the crowd there.
He played well last night.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Everybody's forgetting about Richard a little bit when they're talking about potential champions. I mean, he's been a good player for a good number of years now, and he's certainly in with a chance.
25.
Absolutely, I think he likes going under the radar. I think he prefers that.
Nick require 136.
He's playing young Luke Littler, isn't he, in the next round? That'll be an interesting one.
96. Rory, you require 97.
97, he needs this. Well, there's the 7. Treble 18 would leave double 18, and it's not happening. So Fullwell, who's been good on tops, has
43.
this for a break of throw and to put the third
Nick
set
require 40.
very much in his grasp.
So it's double 10. Squeak over. Oh,
20.
He didn't. Was he thinking about
Rory, you require
taking
54.
command in that third set? It's 54. It's just in the 14. Got to come down.
14.
Didn't come down far enough.
No, he didn't get too close there, did he?
Nick, you require
Double
20.
10 then for Nick Fullwell to go 2 up. Double 5. Oh, and now it's in bits.
16.
Hansen has to take
Rory,
these
you
opportunities
require
if he's going to
40.
get back in the game.
That should be a decent marker.
Game shot on the
Indeed.
second leg. Rory Hansen.
It's close like that, particularly
Third
throwing
leg,
from
it's
his
Nick to
angle.
throw first. Game on.
And a nice little bit of sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's good to do a bit of sportsmanship when you're 2 sets up, 1-0 up, and the guy shouldn't have won the leg in the first place.
60.
Very easy to do at that point, John.
But the important thing from Hansen's perspective is the fact that it's now 1 apiece.
140.
And that's a good start to this leg as he desperately moves towards a point where he's got to somewhere find a break.
And this can happen in games. I'm sure that
60.
players are watching from around the world that have played in games where they've been 2-0 up, should have won a game 3-0, given the leg away, and then all of a sudden it opens up. Your opponent grabs a bit of confidence
59.
from somewhere and opens up and starts playing his game. It's a dangerous thing to do. You just don't want to let people steal legs off you.
I remember a few years ago that great example on this stage where Paul Hogan looked as though he'd got Glenn Durrant absolutely
43.
done and dusted. Glenn came back, and of course Paul couldn't get it over the line, and Glenn wound up winning, and not only wound up winning, wound up being the champion.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever mentioned that to Paul
59.
Hogan, you know.
No, he'll hate that, won't he?
With every other day, I think when I last asked him about it, he said, "You know what? How many times have you been asked if you were the 2015 world champion?"
140.
He said, "I think I've been asked about that double more."
Sorry, Paul. He's probably watching. Don't wish to rake over difficult
80.
territory.
No, not at all. He's a good friend. He's a good friend, and he will see the humorous side of that. And Hansen's done it again. He's left a 163 there.
Another bogey number. You can't get out on that.
125.
Fullwell can get out on that. Leaves himself on 73.
But Fullwell probably left that because he knows he's not left a shot out. And it's a funny thing when you're a
95.
player playing another player and you go, "Oh,
Nick
you left a shot
requires
there." And
73.
it gives you a boost.
Well, treble 14 would leave double 11. 14 would have left bull. Well, not
62.
this time. So
Needed to go that way. The Hansen
Rory
on 68. That
requires
was perfectly
68.
the right way to go.
this is a great chance. Oh, 5, dear me. He's on 63.
Got to go
13s.
13 ball.
Yeah. Oh, dear, dear, dear.
Okay. I think that's board management. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
He's gone
You
25. You've got to go 13 because if you miss it, you've got a chance of
33.
a
You
single
can't
13
hit a
for
big
ball.
20. What are your chances of going to hit a 25?
Nick require 11.
It's just not going to happen. You've put yourself in all sorts of bother. And,
Double 4. 2s.
7.
But he's got away with it again, and he
Rory
still hasn't left
require
himself a double.
35.
Now, come on, Rory. There we go. He's hit the 3.
Well, he'll been practicing this one
3.
in the players' lounge, but there on the stage, he can't find it. Double 2.
Nick require
It'll be
4.
going through his head tonight, that one, Rory, when he goes to sleep as well.
No score.
Well,
Rory require 32.
winning line-itis here from Fullwell. Double 8.
No score.
Dear me.
That's just absolute panic.
Nick
That is
require
absolute
4.
panic and thinking, I've got a chance, and overthinking that.
Double 2.
Game shot on the third.
Fullwell
leg.
takes it,
Nick
and he's
Fullwell.
1 away from victory.
He's like any other player. You give him enough chances,
Fourth
he'll
leg, it's
take
Rory
it.
to
And,
throw first. Game on.
you know, we forget this is Hansen's first visit and his first time playing outside of Canada, and I'm sure he's going to take more from this.
95.
I'm sure he's going to take more home from this than when he came with and be a more rounded player. But
Nice fella, but he'll be beating himself up about this because he's made some errors which really, he shouldn't have been doing.
140.
Look, it's Canadian guys that are here with him, and he knows that that's not him. He doesn't get here playing like that. So it's the occasion getting him a little bit. He will go home a better player for it. And now look, he's relaxed again now after made the mistake trying to make up for it.
Making sort of basic counting errors, and basic tactical errors. That's the tension of the moment, isn't it?
It is, but I don't think there's a player in the history of Lakeside that hasn't come here and lost and gone home having learned something. If you haven't learned something, then
80.
The experience is gone on you, really. So he will take stuff home, and like I say, he's just nipped in front. He's just in front here, but of course to hold the throw, he's got to be more than 100 in front.
58.
Well, he's relaxed, doesn't he? You know, and the pressure will come in the next leg if he wins this, because then he's got to find a break to stay in it.
45.
He has. And just there, a simple ton would have put Nick under all sorts of problems, because he's now on 163.
141, the way
Rory
most people are finishing
141.
9 darters when they happen. Treble 20, and no, sir. So Fullwell will come in now with 66
81.
for the match, for a place in the last 16.
66.
Hansen's keeping him honest here, but it's 66 for the match. Not what he was after. Another 15 for double 18.
48.
Oh, a bit of shoulder in that one.
Rory requires 60.
First dart wasn't the best he's thrown. 20 for tops. Got to get it. Oh,
21.
go close, did he? Double 9.
Nick
Will he
requires
split it or
18.
go straight at it, surely?
I would, yeah. If you're going to split it, have a chance of winning.
No score.
Well, I never.
Well, you can do that if you go and try and split it.
Rory
John,
requires
that's the point. That's the
39.
beauty of going for it.
39.
Big area to aim at. He's gone free for double 18. He's changed up that 32 that he was trying to get last leg.
3.
And he hasn't quite finished that one
Nick
either.
require 18.
Well, can Nick put this one away this time? Double 9. That's more like it. Can he use those two?
No score.
Oh, no.
Not to any advantage. I think that one clipped the flight and went outwards.
Rory require 36.
Anguish for the family. But it's 36 for Rory.
He's trying so hard.
The perspiration on his forehead,
18.
and there's going to be some more now. That was 3 well
Nick
thrown darts, to be
require
fair.
18.
Double 9. Oh, he's gone on a different route this time for double 8.
10.
See, I think
Same result.
splitting pressures it puts pressure on the other 2 darts that you
Rory
have. If you're going to
require
split it,
18.
just hit a 9 while going for a double.
No score.
Wrong bed and bust.
Situation getting to the lads here a little bit.
Game,
And
shots,
there it is.
and
That's
match.
the winning
Nick
dart
Fullwell.
for the set. The winning dart for the match.